Welcome. Welcome to Hands of Provision and another day saving on the farm. And to those of you who are new, I am Mary. And what I mean is that we're going to save using an incredibly fun challenge called Build a Farm by GB at Income Babes. We're also going to do our N90 savings challenge, as well as this short but sweet coffee, chocolate, and books quick little mini that I'm saving with. But before we do all that lusciousness, we are going to do our daily calm. I had an incredibly lovely weekend, but very noisy. I had a home full of children at one time, and it was always noisy. But now that they have grown and gone, it's been rather quiet around here, and I absolutely loved all the noise, and it was just invigorating. And then this morning I'm back to that quiet, and it has its charms as well. But I do love the busyness of a house that is full. Okay, so this is my daily calm. It is a bundle that's free on my coffee. If you're new, I propose that everyone should save daily, because daily savings helps you focus, keeps you motivated, keeps you on track. And I'm convinced that I've already seen a difference in 2026. When I started this in January, it has really kept me on top of my goals, and I've tracked my progress better and kept these in mind. And I'm eager to see by the end of the year where those numbers add up. I use this daily edition challenge first each day, and it is also free on my coffee. This is the dashboard for the calm, and this is the dashboard for the daily edition. My 3 goals, you need to choose yours. Mine is month ahead, retirement, debt payoff, and I am very focused on those this year. And what I do with this challenge is I roll a left, right, and center die to choose between the 3. You can use a D3, a D6, just some method of choosing one. Which one are you going to be saving into on that day? The circle on this is nothing, and there's like 3 of those compared to the others, so it comes up a lot. Okay, we have the right, so that means today we are saving for debt payoff. I then use a D4, find out how much, and it got the full 4 today. That's 2 4s in a row. I love that. And in the back here, I have what we call the bank envelope, where I put my budgeted cash to cover this challenge. And there is the 4 for today, and it will go into the envelope for debt payoff. All right, the second one I do each day is Roll for Your Savings Goals by Anna Banana Budgets. I use this calendar to alternate between those top 3, so debt payoff, retirement, and in July here it is month ahead. So the whole month gets devoted to that one envelope. And then at the end of this month, I'll be pulling this money, and it will be going into my larger savings challenge for month ahead, which is my month ahead snowball. So each one gets 90 days. So debt payoff was pulled in May. It's been accruing in June and July. It will accrue all of August and be pulled once again. So each one gets that 90-day time to accrue. Anna Banana Budgets has us roll a color dot die. The color dot then down here has a legend, a key, and that tells us what type of die we're going to roll for the amount for the day. And that blue is a D3. I'm going to be saving 2 today. $2 into month ahead. And for this challenge, I allow the whole $6, so I budget that whole 6, and then I put the number that is rolled, in this case 2, into the envelope for month ahead, and the remainder, that is 4, goes into the daily randomizer. It accrues daily And then once a week, usually on Saturday for me, I randomize what's in here over these 3 envelopes. The last challenge I do daily is for emergency or abundance. Once it's filled up, it becomes abundance. And this is the Save 2027 in 2027 by Erica at Superior Budgets. I absolutely love this. Started this in May. We only do the 1 through 6s right now. We're keeping it nice and calm for our daily calm. So I roll the color dot die, and I've got a yellow, and I roll the 1 through 6 to see, okay, I got a 1. Let me get the yellow. I always have trouble finding yellows that look like yellow. Here we go. So $1 will be going into the saved up for emergencies or unexpected events. But in my mind now, once it is in there, this is that envelope, it becomes abundance, so that should I have those events, I'll pull from the abundance that I was allowed to accrue and save up, and it will be a big blessing at that time. Okay, and that, my friend, is the end of our daily calm. One more day, all of the important things covered. Okay, and then we will start with our small challenges. So I like small challenges that are timed at different timings to go into my large challenges. And right now I have a big goal of getting an entire month ahead done in 1 year. So I have to get some extra challenges getting pushed into there. So this one is called In 90, and I have a card to show, because other times I might use it to save for one of the other 3 goals. But this time, this will be all going 2 months ahead when it's done in 90 days. We already completed the first 15 days. You'll see that accrued $22 because I only do even odds. Nice slow pace on this one as well. Okay, and we are working towards our next 30 days, and all I do is the even odds. I'm going to do the next 7 days. So it's odd 1, even 2, total of 3. Odd is 1, that's total of 4. It's and then even is 2. Just doubted myself for a minute. 6, and even is 2 for 8, and odd for 1 for 9, and last one is odd for an even 10. Nice. So an even $10 going in to 30 days. Let's add that to what we already had. And tuck that back in. Yep, they're dry. I love how nice and simple this is, and that in 90 days, it will be going over and giving me a sweet boost to my month ahead. But I needed a little extra sweetness, so I created this coffee, chocolate, and books, a few of my favorite things challenge. It's free on my coffee, and I just do $5 a week. $5 a week in here. We did this first card. They're all the size of a dashboard, so it's a little different. It's not an A6 or an A5. It is an A6 dashboard size. And I just saw this luscious chocolate on Canva, and I said I have to do something with that. So we're going to do these 5 today and take a coffee break. Coffee and chocolate, the best combo ever. And we will put our next $5 back in here. Now this one, because there's 12 of them, it will be, and I'm gonna do 1 a week. There's a 12, right? Yes, 12. So it will just get, 3 months. So it's gonna be done slightly sooner than I think it's going to be done slightly sooner than in 90. I was calculating that it would, but I may be off. Let me see. I think I was thinking of the money versus the time. But in any case, it's going to give me another extra boost and just another sweetness, like I said, to help me. Honestly, the boosters make such a difference for the long haul. And lastly, we do our main event here. We become farmers once a week and build a farm. Like I said, this is by GB at Income Babes. And it is her lovely Build a Farm. I've always played her Build a Bank, and I'm switching to her Build a Farm Bankers edition. And what I'm doing with this is to fit my goals. Each of her categories, she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Each category is matched up with one of my sinking funds. So when we do crops, we are funding the emergency. When we're feeding our animals, we are funding the medical envelope. And when we're making ingredients into production, the vehicle, when we're working on our side hustle job and taking care of our customers, we are putting the money into month ahead. When we are visiting and exploring our town and getting to know our neighbors, that money goes into debt payoff. When we are paying our bills, that money goes into retirement. And then I have a randomizer, which is the free money goes into. And the buffer is, I'm not quite sure yet. I thought I might need it. I may not. So I have the bank envelope back here. And each time I bring in $20 a week, which I convert to Build a Bank money. Play it pretty much, Build a Farm. I'm going to do that a lot. I can tell you, I'm just so used to playing Build a Bank. So we are going to put the bank money here and draw from it if anybody gets to the 5. So this is all new to me. I played it only once last week, so this is fun. But I did want to add in a little twist for myself, just to add a little bit extra. And I'm hoping this is okay with GB. I just wanted to slip in. So I have some life event cards just to add a little bit more to each category. So for the residents, I have the threat of a tornado, and they have to shut it down with a small, mini little shut the box type of style, but they're little twisters there. So I'm going to put that in with the residents. I'm just going to slide it in at random, and when it gets pulled, then it will add a little spice. Then I've got for ingredients, save your production. I have shut the tax book. Again, another little D4, shut the box, so to speak. Okay, so that is for ingredients. Let me find my ingredients. Yes, slide that in. And then I have for the animals, swine fever, and you have to pick a number 1 through 6, roll a d6. If you pick the wrong, you save 2. If you pick right, you save 1. So that's for the crops, just a small bit. I'm not talking a lot because my budget is small. So then for the free money, I'm adding in save your bonuses. The COVID virus is the threat, and you have to crack the code, which is 553. You get 3 dice, 5 rolls. Win, you save 2. Lose, you save 3. So I'm going to slide that into the free money. So for your job hustle, it's save your job, prolonged illness. So you have to solve, roll a d20, a d6, plus a d3 and get their total, and that's what you save. Again, this is hopefully not a lot. I'm hoping I've tried to make it so they're not going to add up to a whole lot. So for the extra in bills, you're going to solve this $8 minus whatever you roll from a d6. For the crops, this must have been, was this for ingredients? No, this is animals. I put it in the wrong one. So for the crops, you have a hailstorm threat. You have to even odds roll, and then if it's even, you save 2. Odd, you save 1. And then lastly, on the customers, you have bad reviews as a threat, and you have to roll a color dot die 6 times and save $2 for each time you roll the color red. Hopefully that won't be too bad. We'll see how that comes out. Now, where's my customers? There they are. I think I'm gonna have to cut those cards down a little smaller so they don't stick up like that, because I don't want to know when they're coming. I just want it to be a surprise. Okay, so like I said, this is my second time only, and what I do is pull the card from the envelope, and it already has, we'll put out here what it already has, $1.50, and we're just gonna pull a card. See, that's gonna come out, and I'm gonna have to try to not look when I pull a card, but it's kind of hard because you have to make sure you're in the right category. So we are saving with the pumpkins. We're growing pumpkins today. And how much is that going to cost us? $5. So that is a $5, which is $1. And then there's $2. There's $4. All right, $2.50. It's $5. So it's 5 coins for each one I draw as a coin. So $2.50 in the pumpkin. $2.50. All right, so now we have, let's see, what's $4, not quite 5, $4 in, I'll have to condense that or I'll not have enough 50 cents for next time. So $4 in our plant and grow envelope. We'll put our little pumpkin to the side. And now we need to feed and nurture. So after we farm with our crops, we go to our animals and we feed a duck today. That is a duck, is it not? And pull out what we have. Already we have $1.50. And what are we doing for the little duck on the pond? I think that's a little duck. $5. Again, wow, the second time. So that's $2.50 going into feeding our duck. $2.50. I think that's exactly the same amount, which is 4, which isn't enough to give it a real 5. Not yet, anyway. All right, and we'll put our little duck aside. So after we do that, we go ahead and harvest and gather and work on production. We're gonna make some cheese today. We're making cheese. We already have $3. I did get that one condensed. And we are saving $2 making our cheese. Oh, 2 and 3 makes 5. We got our first 5. So let's put our $2 under the cheese. And we get to cash all that in for the 5. Lovely. We're on our way. We are on our way. So this we calculated last week is going to end up sometime at the end of the year, which is perfect to give us a little boost into all those sinking funds. All right, and then now that we're done with our farm job, we go on to our side hustle because we need a little extra help making money to help us pay those pesky bills. Okay. We have 2 in here. We have the job and the customers. So first we'll deal with $3.50. So first we're going to deal with our job. We're going to be a grocer today. And that says save $2 to $2.50 on there. So where's our little grocer guy? We will go with we're going to do 2 since we use 2 cards in this envelope. We will do 2, which right away I see gets us to the $5 with the $3 that was already in there. So we're going to just swap those out for the real 5. So we have $5.50. And our customer today at the grocery shop is going to be, this is, I don't think they have names. I would love to have names. Well, this is going to be Tom. We're going to say, hi, Tom. We need to sell you some groceries today for 50 cents. Not a big spender today at the grocery store. But that's okay. If that's what you got, that's what you got, right? Thank you, Tom, for shopping at the friendly grocery market today with us. And then we're going to go and explore the town. And this is where we also have 2 cards. And it only got us $2 though. So we are going to, well, let's first pick out where. Where are we going to go? There's customers. Oh, that's right. This is the one where you just roll. So I'm going to roll for the top row, and that's 5. We're going to go to the vet, the farm vet, and spend 5. Nope, we got to roll it again for that. I called this swear, and spend 50 cents again. That is a cheap vet. I really appreciate the deal he gives his neighbors. And then who are we going to see at the vet? Let's see what resident. Okay, well, we got our first life event card to add a little bit more. So we have to have the D4, and we will see we got a 4. So we get to I'm sorry, I didn't mark. I realized this is the 4. So we got the 4. So we don't have to save the 4. And we got the 2. So we don't have to save the 2. 4. So we have the 1 and the 3. And I realized I left the numbers off of these, but I think you can count to 4. So if you don't have these, because this is just me adding, and if you're playing along with me, you can just do this with me when they come up. So we have a 1 and a 3, which means we get to save an extra $4 into this envelope. So that's 2, 3, and 4. Now when these come up, it means I may not have enough money for the free money roll on the, I realize on the map. Because look, there's 4. And that makes 6. So I need to make change because, so I have 650 here. And I do need to do 5, keep one of the 50s and get $1. There we go. There's a Build a Farm dollar. Perfect. All right. That really, really helped. Very much. I love that. I put a nice boost into our envelope 4. What is this for? Debt payoff got it today. So I'm trying to decide whether I want to put it back. I'll have to put it back there and think about that. I do like adding the extra just so it's not predictable how much I'm going to save. I kind of like to have to guess at the end how much it's going to save me. Okay, and now we are in the bills. Now the bills, what do we have left? Yeah, we have plenty. All right, there's a lot of bill cards. So I'm grabbing one. And we have the internet bill today. Let me grab the bills. And I already have, I have $4.50. So it says $1 to $1.50 for the internet. We're going with the lower amounts today. So that gives us 50 cents, which makes the 5. So we have a 5, another 5. Yay! We got some 5s, some real 5s in here today. Loving it. And that does bring us, though, to the free money. Okay, this is the randomizer envelope, and it already has a 5. Put that 5 back in. Yep, it made it. So we're going to be, we had 2 cards here just in case we need it. All right, let's see. Let's pull a card from here. Now I realized I should not have opened it because I can see by the blank that which one is the threat one. So that's not, $4. We win $4 today. This one's going to get a lot of money. It's a good thing it's a randomizer. 1, 2, 3. It got exactly. I think we're supposed to have played on the map or on the, now that I realize it, you can pull a card or you can play on the board. And last time I played on the board. Okay. I felt like I cheated the board, and you guys from seeing a board. I have an extra 3 from the N90. I think we're going to see if we can use that 3 in here in the free money. So we're going to put the $4 which I think I'm gonna just see if I have. Yeah, I do. Instead of all these 50 cents, I'm gonna put the $4 like that. And we'll slip this over here. And we're going to now play on here and see if what we can do for 3. We're starting here at selling corn, and I'm just gonna roll a D6. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sell a cow for $2.50. So yes, we have enough. I'm just gonna round it up to the 3. That worked out well, and we're gonna add 3 to the randomizer. So I need to, I guess I just directly put the money in there. I don't put it in the bank. However, I could. No, I'm going to stick it in here. This is me being decisive. $3, and then we have 4 in the farm bank, build a farm. I keep wanting to say bank money. All right. I like that the randomizer is getting this, because all then this will be then randomized over here. So that's the best one to get some extra if you're going to get some extra. And that is quick. So Build a Farm is a quick game, and it doesn't take a whole lot to play it. So I just brought in the 20. I did have to add the $3 from, so because of my mistake though. Normally I would just spend the 20. But again, I like not knowing exactly how much I'm going to have in here if I just did the math in my head. It just adds a little spice to life. And that, my friends, is another day on the farm, another day saved for some sinking funds with some fun challenges, just making life interesting. And I'll see you in the next video.